What is a simple moving average? Now, if you're learning about trading and technical analysis, then you will have definitely read about simple moving averages, but you might not completely understand what they are. So, or if you have never heard about it, then this video is definitely for you. So first of all, simple moving average are a fantastic tool and very easy to use. Now, what is it exactly? So a moving average is, like the name says, it moves with the price. So it is calculated by averaging a number of past data points. So once plotted, these points will help identify the direction of the trend, and when plotted, the traders will have the ability to look at smooth data rather than focus on fluctuating data. And very often you use different simple moving averages plotted with different periods, and the crossover is what you want to look at. So as the name states, a simple moving average is the simplest form of moving average. There's also different moving averages, but at this one we're just looking at the simple one. And it's calculated actually like this. So SMA is equal A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus AN divided by N. Now, N is the amount of periods that you want to use. So you can have different periods. You could have maybe a 10 period, and one period is actually one candle. So if you use period 10, then you would be calculating the average, the first average of the first candle, the average of the second candle, the average of the first candle, and so on, divided by the number of candles that you're looking at. So in this case, it would be 10 candles, and that would be the simple moving average. Now, suppose you have an asset and its price is over the last 10 days as follows: 1, 5, 4, 2, 3, 7, 6, 8, 9, 9, and then you would calculate these prices together, divide by 10, and that would be 5.4, and that would be the last point of your simple moving average. And the same would be done for each candle. So you go one candle back and it looks at the previous 10 candles. Now, since the asset's closing price changes for every single period that you're choosing, so when you calculate the SMA 10, we drop the first value and calculate the average of the last 10 values. Now, of course, you can use also other periods. For example, you've got the SMA 20. In this case, you're using 20 periods, so 20 candles. So if you would be here at this, if you can see that, at this candle here, you would be calculating back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 onto 20. And then you would divide, like you add all these candles up together, divide by 20, and you get this price point on the simple moving average. All right. Now, how does a SMA work? So if the SMA simple moving average is moving up, then the trend is going up and it's bullish. If the SMA is moving down, then the trend is going down. Now, SMAs are extremely helpful in determining the direction of the trend. The SMA 200 is commonly used to find long-term trends, and the SMA 50 is used to find intermediate trends, and very many traders use the SMA 20 to find short-term trends. Now, one thing that's very important is using different simple moving averages at the same time. So you would use maybe the 20, the 50, the 100, or the 200 simple moving average at the same time, and you would look for crossovers. In this case, you can also look at crossovers just with the price. First, we'll look at that. So first of all, when the price crosses above the simple moving average, then that is a very bullish signal. And when the price crosses down underneath the simple moving average, then that is a bearish signal. Now, what I just mentioned before with the simple moving averages crossing each other, you would have here's an example with the SMA 20 and the SMA 50. So the faster moving average would be the SMA 20, and the red one here would be the SMA 50. And as you can see here in the black box, the first this is the crossover with the blue line going over the red line, and that's a bullish crossover. And we've got another here, we've got the simple moving average crossing over the 20 moving simple moving average, and that's a bearish crossover. So if you'd be trading, day trading and so on, this would maybe be a signal to sell, and this here would be a signal to buy. However, in this case, the trade would result in a loss. So in my opinion, I don't suggest that you day trade unless you know what you're doing, because long-term investment is definitely much more profitable. Now, this is mainly because a short period SMA crossing over long period SMA shows that short-term trend is taking over a long-term trend. So if the long-term trend is bearish and the short-term trend is bullish, then it might be a signal that there's a shift in long-term trend, and it might be a good idea to enter into a position. Now, during technical analysis, you need to check multiple simple moving averages to make sure that you can make more accurate prediction. Here we've got here we've got an example with different moving averages. We've got the 20 moving average, 50, and the 200 moving average. As you can see here, the dark green moving average, which is very, very slow, is above all the other moving averages, and this indicates that we have got a long-term bearish trend. And we've got the 50 moving average, which is sandwiched between the 200 moving average and the 20 moving average. So the current short-term and mid-term trend is more or less bearish. We've had here a crossover at the beginning of January 2019, multiple crossovers which indicated a shift in the short-term trend. So that was it for simple moving averages. Hope you learned something new today. If you got any questions, don't hesitate to ask them down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.